Good morning and Happy New Year. I think I've said Happy New Year 5,000 or 10,000 times in the past 24 hours. Maybe this will be the last time, but I doubt it. Anyway, Happy New Year, January the 1st, 2025. I never thought we'd make it. But welcome, my friends. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. And yes, I made it and I'm here. Good to see you. And as usual, my friends, drink it as you got it. Geez, I can't even get that right the first day of the year. Drink it if you got it. Thank you. Thank you. It was a late night last night. For many of us, I'm sure. Most of us. I've been probably had too much of this already today. I've been sucking on coffee. I got up I went to bed last night at about 1:15. By the time I got all done, took a little time to unwind, and I got up at about 6:15. So I got enough sleep. I got 5 hours of sleep, and that's plenty. So, yeah, and I feel pretty good, actually. I feel pretty good, considering yesterday was a live streaming marathon for me. Holy cow. Just about 5 hours of sitting here in this chair talking into this microphone. It was a blast. And God, did we have a good time last night. Thank you all of you who were there. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you really did. It was worth it. I'd love to do it again next year. Let's hope that we have real reasons to celebrate virtually everything, not just for ourselves personally, but for the world in general, that it's a much better place 1 year from today. Only time will tell. But I think we're a lot more hopeful this year than we were last year. So that's good. That's good. And I'm feeling pretty good about things, except this little itch that happens in my ear sometimes, and it just hit me. Okay. You know, with me in this live stream, man, being old like I am, you just need to learn. You know, every once in a while my nose will itch, and I'm going to deal with it. So I think you all accept that non-judgmentally, and I appreciate it. Wow. 83 people already, first thing. And I got to tell you guys, of all the people on the planet right now, of all the people in this country, we're probably, those of us that are sticking fairly true to our way of eating, are probably the only people that aren't suffering this morning from over excess of both shitty food and alcohol last night. Lack of sleep and everything else, I'm sure. And judging by the attendance of people pouring in here, I don't think many of them are you. Because you wouldn't even be up at 10 o'clock. It's a holiday. You'd be spending the day nursing your hangovers, trying to deal with your incredibly upset stomachs. It's probably pretty ugly out there for most people. And it's on these days, I think, that we can be proud of ourselves and appreciate what it feels like to be in better health than most. I know I appreciate it. I feel that way. I popped out of bed this morning, same as any other morning. Last night, coffee and sparkling water, and that was it, I think, for a lot of us. It was a great live stream. Really had a good time. It was great of people to come in. We got to meet some new people last night. A couple of the regular and usual suspects like Peter, Tuka, Greg Smith. But we did get to meet Lori, Kevin. That was great. And Louis L. from New York. Forget about it. Louis, young guy, nice guy. So if you're all watching this morning, all of you, I'm so happy that you came in last night. It was really great to meet all of you. Anybody that supported me last night in this channel with coffees and super chats, my eternal thanks to you for that. And I'm not saying this to complain because I actually knew it was going to happen. But I especially appreciate those contributions last night because, yes, YouTube demonetized my New Year's Eve stream. Not a sponsor issue, but a copyright strike. It doesn't hurt me. They just basically don't give me any money. They give it to whoever it was that issued the copyright strike. And it just so happens to be Paramount Studios. And I had a good live stream. We had 1,500 views. I probably earned the considerable sum of maybe $6 in advertising revenue last night. And Paramount, in their infinite wisdom, evidently needs that $6 more than I do. By 45 minutes after the stream, I had already received the email that I'm not getting paid for this video. But I don't give a shit. I don't care. Not for $6, not for $60. I kind of knew this was going to happen when I showed all of that New Year's Eve stuff on TV behind me. I thought it was, public domain, but it's not. They copyright everything. And evidently Fox now seems to be beholden to Paramount to enforce their copyrights. I'll do the same thing again next year. It was worth it. It was fun to have that TV going in the background. And like I say, I wasn't surprised. I actually started laughing. And I say, I hope Paramount really spends that $6 wisely. I hope they do, because they must be in bigger trouble than me. Anyway, that's what happened. That's what happened last night. Once again, YouTube does not fail to disappoint in their enforcement of all of this stuff against the very creators that keep them in business. But I suppose they have to, or they could get sued by Paramount. It's very strange world. I have a video coming out today. Well, I'll get to the show notes after I say hi to the early birds. Those of you who actually chimed in here last night before. Somebody said something about the sound. Tina says, it sounds good to me. Tink? Who said something about the sound? Am I having a problem with my sound? Question, what is your favorite sparkling water? I don't see anybody. If my sound is okay, go ahead and tell me right now. Sounds great, Mitch. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but that always spooks me, because I did make a little change or two to my mixer this morning. And I didn't think I screwed it up, but I need to hear that. And I've been kind of watching out, but I missed it. Probably my sketchy internet says, is that Tink? Sounds fine. Okay, good. That'll teach me to try to improve things. But I have no other way of knowing it until I actually watch the replay after it's all over, and then I can tell. And that's when I usually, if I have to make some small corrections, I can. All right, we started out this morning. Maciel Ordonez, I think that's Don Lee. He checked in at 1:45 to 1 last night, right about the time I got that copyright strike. And Tuka, a couple minutes later, Lady June chimed in at 1:20 a.m. Gary, Arzamendi chimed in from out there in California, so it really wasn't even New Year's yet. It was only 10:30 his time. Good morning, Gary. Feral Grandma chimed in the middle of the night. And Stickman's Garage at 2-something a.m. Cliff Medina, 4:17 a.m. How you doing, Cliff? Good to see you. Tweeting Pearl, 5:12 a.m. Stickman's Garage. Had to call the police at 3:30 a.m. for a drunken reveler trying to bust through my doors. He claimed his Uber driver dropped him at the wrong address. That was no mistake. Oh, man. And it starts out more of the same for the new year. Wayne Herman is here. How you doing? Donita Tess at 6:30 something. Patty Molden checked in. Aunt B checked in. Cliff has a question for me already. Okay, I'll stop here and answer it. Question, hey Mitch, I'm hearing more about those on a carnivore diet that have their poop bacteria. We start right off with poop talk, my friends, right out of the gate. Happy New Year. Let's talk about shit. Okay. I'm hearing more about the carnivore diet that have their poop bacteria analyzed to find out that the little bugs in their gut are even more diverse than a fiber diet. Well, they're absolutely, and that makes sense. When you're eating predominantly fiber, you're going to have predominantly sugar-eating bacteria in your gut that are probably hostile to many of the other lesser populations of strains that might not be run out of town by the big guy on the block, which is kind of like the gut microbiome mafia, the way I look at it. Actually, we don't need to think about that. I keep telling people that. We don't need to think about our gut microbiome. It's not our job to regulate it. We have no control over it other than to keep cramming microbiotics in our mouth, which only last a short time until the microbiome finds its own level again. And when you eat the right food, your microbiome will populate to what we are supposed to have. And there's nothing you can do about that, and nothing you can do is going to change it. It all depends on the food. Period. End of story. And yes, I agree. I've heard that those that have been tested that are relatively faithful carnivores do have a much broader range of useful bacteria in their microbiome. Do we need to think about it and worry about it? Absolutely not. We got enough to worry about, like people breaking into our house in the middle of the night. Yeah, Cliff, of course, experts are trying to poo-poo it. You know what an expert is? An expert is a drip under pressure. An expert is any traveling salesman more than 50 miles from home. 99% of the so-called, quote, experts are propagandists trying to sell their particular agenda. The talking heads on TV. Friggin' experts. Yeah. Rick, Happy New Year, quackers, he says. Yes, and Lizzie's here. Hiya, Lizzie. The Excelsior. Wow. Wow. Our old guy is sleeping in this morning. Hell no, I was up earlier than you, my friend. I just do this at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. I thought maybe I might sleep in a little bit this morning, but no. My biological clock just chimed in. But our friend says, I slept right through it all. Never was much of a party animal. Well, good to see you. I like that name. I hadn't seen you before. Welcome. Welcome to the early morning madhouse that is Morning Coffee with Mitch. That requires another sip. Put QQQs in the chat. If you want me to work hard today, want me to answer complicated questions after 5 hours of live streaming yesterday, buy me a coffee. Bribe me. I just put the link in the chat. Thank you. Enough said. I'm just getting more and more brazen about just asking for it. Y'all know why I do. You know why I do. Terry Sue is here. Hiya, Terry. It was great to see you last night. 2025 sounds like it has the potential to be a good year. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And we're going to be deluged with all of the political propaganda from those trying to make sure that doesn't happen so they can get richer and stay in power. We can't let it. We need to ignore them. We're doing pretty good so far, but they're not done yet, believe me, and they won't be done for the next 4 years. So buckle up. But we need to stay firm and identify the evil, destructive people that care only about themselves, the sociopaths, of which a great percentage of our regulatory branches of the federal government are made of, people we never elected, people we can't get rid of, and we can just hope maybe after 4 years we manage to get rid of at least 2 or 3 of them out of the hundreds of thousands of them that there are entrenched at every level. But don't get me started. Robbie Autry, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. Mike Seeley Sr. is here. Finally got out of bed at, what time was that? 8:40? Wow, you slept in today, Mike. I can imagine. Did you have a big night? A lot of drinking and eating? I doubt it. I doubt it. Retired Rick says, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy being the operative word. Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. How you doing? Here in Louisiana, someone ran a truck through Bourbon Street in New Orleans last night. 10 dead. Oh, Jesus. See? Sorry to hear that. Somebody got a little tipsy celebrating New Year's Eve. Somebody also got pushed onto the subway tracks in New York, but they lived. Can you imagine? Incredible. And I hope all those million or so people that were out, lunatics that were out there in the cold and rain celebrating. And I sometimes wonder why they even celebrate. Who are these people? I mean, what the hell do they know that we don't know? What's so special about one day after another that just happens on a calendar to be the first of the year? What is it that just triggers this huge celebration from people? What are they celebrating? Do they wake up did those people wake up, or are they going to wake up today to a different world than it was yesterday? Not a thing. Not a thing. The only thing they're waking up to is the first day of income tax season. I don't find that a reason to celebrate, but I go along with everybody else. I go along. I can understand Christmas because you get presents. What do you get on New Year's? You get a hangover, you get sick, and you get to start working on your income tax. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Cheers, Internal Revenue Service. Get another shot at me this year. Collect back some of that Social Security money that you paid me because you tax it. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Don't get me started. I'm going to probably say that a lot today because I don't want to get started today. I want to be happy. I got the day off. I got a video coming out this afternoon. I'm going to release a kitchen video where I'm showing you how I prepare ribs to maximize the number of meals in it. Not a real long or complicated video, but I think it's pretty cool. And it's kind of like the prequel to the last rib video I did, where I showed you how I actually, after they're cooked, how I actually portion them and store them to get 8, 9, maybe even more meals out of 2 racks of regular ribs from Sam's Club. And that's what that video is about. And it's entitled right off the bat, Cheap Carnivore. I hope that gets your attention. I hope that everybody is interested in cheap carnivore. Movie Goats, Aaron says, Classic Mitch, don't get me started. Yeah. Yeah, because you all know what happens when you get me started. I've been that way all my life. If I go off on something, buckle up. Buckle up. I have never been called a shrinking violet and have been known to have an opinion or two from now on, every now and then. I wouldn't be any other way. Mike Seeley from Tampa says, hi, how you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Gina Cav is here. How are you? Richard Williams woke up in Copper Hill, Tennessee at 9:18. Yeah, we don't start till 10, so I'm still pretty early in this. But people started chiming in early because a lot of people were questioning where the hell is Mitch this morning. It's 8:30 and 10 o'clock. I know it throws a curveball, even though I put it on the thumbnail. Pay attention, guys. Wednesday morning, I try to stick to it for those people that it's too early to come in at 8:30, and if they like this is their shot at it. People in California, even people in Mountain and Central Standard Time. Smoothie 420's here. How you doing? Steve Studley was one of the ones that was confused. He says, where's the live? Yes. Good morning, Steve. I think we finally figured it out. Granny Boo, Sandy Blythe again. Peter chimed in. Hi, Peter. Finally got out of bed. Good morning and Happy New Year's, fellow Mitch Fitz. I like that. I like that. Everybody's naming Mitch Information, Mitch Fitz. I like it. I like it. William McCartney's here. Glenn Ish is here. How you doing? And look who? Me. Saying Happy New Year's yet again. Yet again. Greg Smith out on the road, I guess, or just leaving out there in Pahrump, Nevada, heading out with a load of shoes from Amazon, heading to Kentucky. Be safe, my friend. Greg joined us last night. It's always great to see him. Always great to see him. Very knowledgeable about meat and really helps out answering questions about butchering and how to, best ways he's found to cook the best cuts of meat. Who else is chiming? Bob Black is here. Good morning, Bob. And Edward Renner is here. And I'm at 9:54 and sneaking up on the bell ringer. Let's see who it was. Tink Mahoney, how you doing? Tink, good to see you. Matheny, not Mahoney. I'm sitting here. Look at my face, folks. Look at my face this morning. Do you see the sunlight on my face? Do you see it? It's shining through the window. It's the first morning in quite a while. It hasn't been overcast. I have no artificial lighting set up. My ceiling light is not on. I have no fill or key lights in front of me to light my face. I'm staring into a glorious morning sun. I'm also staring in the direction of the monitor I'm trying to read with the glorious morning sun shining right in my eyes. And I can still read it, but if Matheny looks like Mahoney or something to me, I hope you understand. I have to focus a little more on it with this sunlight in my eyes. So, Tink, Happy New Year to you, too. Happy New Year's. And who else we got? I said, I already have said hi to you, and you. Haven't seen Ellen yet. Probably had a hard day of dog sitting yesterday. I can't imagine Ellen was actually going out and celebrating too much last night. Aaron, Booby Goats, how you doing? Happy New Year, everyone. Did you know if you wear red on New Year's Day, it means prosperity? I didn't know that. Does sitting in a red chair count? I hope so. I'm trying to think. I don't even think I have anything red to wear. Yeah, I have that one tropical shirt that I sometimes wear on my Tuesday night live streams. And the winner this morning, always vigilant and on time, is Tom, Viking 442. How you doing, Tom? Good to see you, my friend. Very good to see you. Tom's a frequent winner of that being on the money. I know that he's a technical guy, and I know that his watch, like mine, has that second hand that's accurate to the second, and he knows that I'm usually pretty accurate. I wouldn't be surprised if he sits there with his mouse on the send button in the chat, and as soon as he's figured out about what delays there are in his feed there, he'll click it, and it works out. It works out. I appreciate the effort, Tom. Paid off. And right after Tom, we had Charger Mopar quacked in, and Mark's channel was here. Peter, Anita Visser, how you doing? Good morning. Lewis L. from New York, forget about it. Hi, Lewis, it was great to meet you last night. Really enjoyed that. Glad you're doing well. Lost 100 pounds, this guy. Holy cow. I'm telling you. Such great stories. Sharpie Aquatics was here at 10. Susan Ivy was here at 10, said Happy New Year. Tina has chimed in at 10. Steve Studley at 10. Lori again at 10. And that was the last of the 10 o'clocks, my friend. Mark Channel came in to start the festivities at 10:01. We were live. Cool. Cool. I think I may take that opportunity. Since it's almost, well, it's 10:25, and I haven't done this yet this morning, to ask for your indulgence and to beg that you excuse me while I light my New Year's cigar, the first of what's probably going to be many. Little festive New Year's dancing going on. Yeah. Thank you, my friends. Thanks for your patience and indulgence. I have not much. Couple things here. Somebody tell me what's going on in that little Facebook group. I posted some links to it. I can't go on Facebook. I don't have an account there, and I will not. But let me know what's going on if you don't mind. I told you to put the QQQs in there. I did post my Buy Me a Coffee link. I told you about my rib video coming out today, cheap carnivore theme. I commented what a great, fabulous New Year's Eve thing we had last night together. It really was very gratifying and a ton of fun to do. And it was hard to unwind after that and actually go to sleep. I have another thing here. I may save this for tomorrow. You know, I have a website called Medical News Today. It's not my website. It's a website I look at, and it should be called Medical Propaganda Today because very little of anything that they actually post is news. It's all advertisements for food and drug companies and medical services and hospitals and all that shit. And their news articles are propaganda pieces, pretty much. And their studies that they call on are usually phony and funded by the companies that are advertising with them. And I find I don't go there for medical news. I go there to talk about that stuff and maybe even expose the propaganda to some extent. And I looked at it this morning. One headline after another was just more propaganda, more absurd, more ridiculous, more misinformation, one after another. I was going to take a little time and go down that. But I got to tell you, between you and me, folks, I am just a little tired to do that this morning. But I will announce and thank a couple of people who have evidently bought me a coffee so far. And an anonymous person has said, name someone, enjoy that cigar. Thank you. Was it Jimmy Durante? You guys remember Jimmy Durante with the nose? You remember him? And he used to say, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Calabash, whoever you are. Well, I get these emails from people these coffees that don't put their name in. And sometimes they tell me in their message who it is. But this one just says, someone enjoy that cigar. So I'm eternally grateful to you, someone, whoever you are. Thank you. Laura Kramer. Yeah, Kraemer. Wow. I didn't know if it was Kramerer or Kramer. Laura Kramer, 3 coffees this morning. Thank you so much. Very, very, very generous of you. And somebody that I can usually count on. Ketra, thank you, sweetie. Ketra Naylor bought me a coffee as well this morning. A New Year's coffee. Thank you, everybody. I'll keep checking. I'll keep checking to make sure, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. I think that ends my show notes. I'll talk about that Medical News Today website tomorrow, but because it is, I got to tell you, it is disgusting what they put out there. And I guess they stay in business and people buy advertising on it. I've already talked about 1 or 2 different studies they've come up with and kind of debunked them. And you know, this is nothing more when I do things like that. It's like a lot of the other carnivores who basically interview vegans, react to videos that we all know are wrong. Most of us already know all that stuff. If we didn't know it by now, we wouldn't be doing this. We all know that cholesterol is not understood very well by the medical community. We all know that fruits and vegetables are far from healthy. We all know that whole grains are not healthy whole grains. We know that stuff. But yet it never hurts for us to reinforce it because we're barraged every day with messaging, not only putting that in our face to further addict us, but telling us that we are harming ourselves buying into the latest fad diet, which is carnivore. And we know better, but we need to hear it. We need to hear it more and more and more often. And that's what we do here. So I point out this lunacy to you. I may pick out a little later today, after I get that video out, the pork rib video, which, by the way, I had for dinner last night. They were really good. I may even have them again today before, and only freeze 2 servings of the ribs instead of 4 while they're still sitting in the refrigerator. Let's see. I wanted to check Rumble if I could even see past the sun right at the top of the screen to refresh this. Holy cow, there it is. Wow. When I look up at the top of this big monitor, oh, it's already tilted down. Yeah, I'm live on Rumble. I see Mike Seeley Sr.'s in there, Rod Weeder, and more. MOHR 2 Life is in the Rumble chat. 4 people over there. Yeah. I'm not a big Rumble star yet, unfortunately. And I am live on YouTube, of course. Of course. Wow, now I'm seeing sunspots from looking up. I can't look up there. I have to look down to the center of the monitor. But let me start looking for questions here, as we usually do, so we don't go too long today. We do have 161 people here, which is getting to be pretty regular attendance. So I don't think we lost too many people to the perils and pitfalls of New Year's Eve celebrations. Amazing. 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 And we're not looking for hangover cures either, which unfortunately for so many people is what they call the hair of the dog that bit you, which means start drinking again. Aaron Booby Goats, how you doing? And we have, is that Lena? Eyes look like, yeah, Lena, L-L-E-N-E, Gallo. How you doing? Happy New Year's. Mitch celebrating my 6-month carnivorsary and making it through the holidays carb-free. Wow, 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 wow. This is for everybody that can say that this morning. Yes, again. You deserve it. You deserve it. If any of you made it through all the holidays carb-free and emerged the other side stronger for it, you deserve that accolade. Yes, sir. Robbie Autry says, Happy New Year to everybody. We're just right after 10 o'clock when we went live. And Lat's here. How you doing, Lat? Good to see you. Laurie's here. Polish Mike is here. Kucha Bowder. What is, I never saw that before. K-U-T-K-A Bowder. Kutka Bowder from the Netherlands. Welcome, welcome. Happy New Year to you over there. Sandy Blythe says, I enjoyed it. It made my heart happy. I'm happy to hear that, Sandy. I want everybody to have a happy heart. Always. Lizzie, happy. To everyone, happy carnivore. Yes, yes, yes. Larry Ryan is here. How you doing, Larry? Good morning, Mitch and fellow carnivore fans. Arista Visser. Happy New Year, everyone. I will ignore that comment. It contains more bathroom talk, which we had enough of already today. Glenn Smith, how you doing, Glenn? Good to see you. Meatitudes is here. Good morning and Happy New Year, everybody. It will be a great year because we still got meat to eat. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And Steve Studley laughed at the poop talk. Yes, of course. And who is this? It's Polish Mike. So that might be Eileen Gallo, because the I and the L look the same. Capital I, small L on the screen look the same. So it might be Eileen Gallo. You decide. You decide. Robbie Autry, I see a question. Says, what is your favorite sparkling water to drink, Mitch? I don't really have a favorite. I buy the San Pellegrino because they sell it at Sam's. It's not real expensive. It's about $1 a bottle. I could live without it. I could just drink plain water anymore. I used to buy it years ago because I used to mix my daily sweetened and flavored electrolyte mix with it, and it gave me that fix for my addiction, something that was like soda. But my excuse was, it's electrolytes. It's got electrolytes in it. And if any of you have ever seen the movie Idiocracy, you know which movie I'm talking about, from Mike Judd, from over 30 years ago, Idiocracy. Shows what the future of this planet's going to be like 500 years from now, and it's I always have that in the back of my mind. I think it's turning out to be more of a prophecy than actually a movie for entertainment. But they gave up drinking everything except what was supposed to be like Gatorade, because the company was so big and powerful that it made sure nobody could get water. The only place you could find water to drink was in the toilet. They watered the crops with this stuff, and it was called Brondo, Brawndo, but the logo looked a hell of a lot like Gatorade. And one of my favorite lines in the movie was when those idiots from the future would talk about Brondo. They're so brainwashed by the commercials, they would always say, Brondo, it's got electrolytes. If you've never seen, it's on YouTube for free. You can watch it. If you've never seen Idiocracy, you watch it 30, 35 years later and you tell me it ought to be an assignment for the human race to watch that movie. It is not just a comedy. It is a prophecy which over the past 30 or 35 years has been coming true year by year. Year by year. Watch it. Idiocracy. Great movie. Funny, too. I mean, it's entertaining. It's an entertaining movie. Lizzie. How you doing, Lizzie? Good to see you. Glenish says, Mitch, my goal for health is come close to losing 80 pounds this year. Don't have a goal. Just eat what you're supposed to eat and let everything happen. I know we talk about goals. I guess it's not bad to have a goal, but I wouldn't try to measure yourself against it every day. Calculate out, at this rate, I'm going to lose X amount. You're always going to be disappointed because you can't predict what your body's going to do. You may stall for 3 or 4 months, and that may be perfectly natural. And if you hadn't stalled, you may not have ended up losing as much weight or getting to your ideal weight. So goals are great, and you just keep doing it. If you think you don't have any health issues or hormonal issues or anything that is out of the ordinary that might be causing weight loss to not go as you plan, I wouldn't even pay attention to it. But that's just me. A lot of people, most people Most people. Over 90%, I'm sure, maybe closer to 100% by a very small percentage. Focus primarily on their weight, and the rest is just like side effects. I think you should focus on your health and let the weight be the side effect. I was wrong once, though. I was wrong once. It was a time I thought that I was wrong, but later found out I wasn't. Lori has a question. Oh, she's saying, Mark, put QQQ in front of your question. Okay, do that. Do that, Mark, so it'll stand out to me. I have made it all the way to 10:07. I am now officially over 30 minutes behind, right where I usually am about this time. People are telling me it sounds good. Tom, 5x5. Thank you. Sounds okay. We got through all that. Let's see. Mark's channel, Poop Talk. Yay. Well, it is important, and it's something we have to talk about. It's one of the greatest indicators of whether you're doing carnivore correctly. We can't ignore it. It's how we know if we're getting enough fat, which is one of the most important things about doing carnivore, or too much fat. So we have to talk about it, and everybody talks about it. Peter's feeding me a question this morning. He says, question, Mitch, I have seen on the news that there's a major bird flu scare that may dramatically affect meat and egg supplies. Is this true? Well, whether the bird flu is true, whether there really is anything that's actually causing any harm, whether it's just contrived like everything else that we get, so some people can take advantage and make more and more and more money. I don't know if that's true, but I do know that whatever it is, it's causing people to panic. I know because they sold out of eggs in one day at Sam's Club. So let's just hope, like most of these things, that it kind of fades into the distance and goes away, and it will. And it will once they jack the prices up a little, because that's how they do it. Same thing with gasoline, same thing with everything else. We get used to a price. Let's talk about gasoline, for example. Let's say, because gasoline is pretty evenly priced no matter where you buy it, what brand, maybe 10, 20 cent difference a gallon. Let's say gasoline is $2.75 a gallon. Well, what better way to raise it to $3.50 or $4 a gallon than to have a gas shortage and people waiting in line at the gas station? Because then people will pay anything. So after a week or two of this, all of a sudden, magically, those disappearing tanker trucks have reappeared. The refineries indeed have not blown up, and they're still there, and we realized there was no gas shortage at all, and the prices of gas start coming down. But they never come down, very rarely, unless something really happens. And it can with gas, and it's usually a matter of politics that bring it down. But normally, prices that go up never come down to where they were. They always come down to a spot that's 5% more, 10% more. And people are thrilled to pay that because they remember a few weeks ago they couldn't get it. That is such an obvious and despicable tactic. I see it in the bacon I buy. I see it in the eggs. Those pasture-raised eggs that I buy used to be $3.40 a dozen. Now they're a container for a dozen and a half, or $4.40. They are now 67. They have gone up, and then they came back down, and they settled in 60 cents more a flat than they used to be, and that's where they stayed until this last egg shortage. And when they come back online, there'll probably be another 50 cents more, and that's what they do to us. And it ends up being 10 to 20% a year increases. And yet the government tells me that it's only costing me 2.5% more to live this year than last year. What a joke. But we fall for that stuff. So there you go, Peter. That's my answer to that. Michael Pregler's here. Hi, Michael. How you doing? Jeff Streslak. Good to see you. Kim appreciates life. So do I. Mitch, you have more energy than people half your age. Thanks for being an inspiration and a bright light in the carnivore community. Happy 2025. What a great compliment. What a great compliment. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I don't even take drugs. I don't even take amphetamines. I don't use speed or anything like that. Arista Visser, thank you for a $5 coffee. Says, keep up the good work, Mitch. We appreciate all your info, and it helps us tremendously. I hope so. It's good to know that after all this stuff I'm doing, that it is helping somebody, because otherwise, why bother? Why bother? That's great. 170 poor, not poor people, maybe some of you, but 174 people here on New Year's morning. Wow, 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 wow. And thank you, Kim. Thank you so much. Who else we got? Looking for questions, looking for questions. Anna Kurzawa, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. Julie Wigger, how you doing? Julia, how are you? Happy New Year to you, too. Peter Kruger from South Africa's here. Hiya, Peter. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Tanya Kitchen Witch, how you doing? Enjoying Mitch even more today because I'm usually at work right now. Hey, take the rest of the day off. It's easy for me. You don't even have to argue with people. It's a holiday, although it's a busy retail day, so a lot of people are working. If you work in retail, you're going to be busy. You're going to be busy today. Here's Straight Bro. Hey, Straight Bro, good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Good to see you. And Jim Mann is here. Hiya, Jim. A lot of thumbs up. Good to see you. Kevin Michael. Family of Smith. Did Trump run on no taxes? Yes, he did. And I guarantee you that's going to happen. No taxes. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Taxing old people when they don't get near enough Social Security to even live for making a small amount of extra money. Now, if you don't make any extra money, there's no taxes on Social. But you hit a certain low threshold of additional income, they want to take most of that away because they back tax you the money on the Social Security they paid you. It's crazy. It's crazy. And last year they did that to me, and I ended up owing them another $2,400, which is almost twice what my Social Security check is a month. So I pretty much had to give them back 2 months. It's nuts. It's nuts when you consider all the money our government gives away and all the people that don't pay any taxes, claiming they're on welfare, collecting money from our government with boxes of cash hidden under their bed because they're in some kind of illicit business. No. I agree with that. We really need to stop taxing people's Social Security. I don't care. We earned it. I paid for it all my life. Not only did I pay for mine, I paid for hundreds of employees' matching funds on Social Security. I have donated millions and millions of dollars over the years into the Social Security fund, and they want to take $2,400 of it back when I can't afford to give it to them. Absolutely nuts. Am I passionate about it? Kinda. But I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. Danny in Boston's here. Hiya, Danny. How you doing? 178 people, 180 people. Wow. We keep inching closer to that 200. Well, when I hit 200 people in here, that's going to be a milestone. It's going to be 181. Wow. DS111, good morning, my friend. How are you? Mitch Fitz is appropriate. Yes, I think so. I like that. It's got a nice ring to it. And I'm at 10:21 in the chat. I am still almost 30 minutes behind, but I'm cruising. I'm getting there. I'm reading them. I'm skipping the ones I already said hello, unless you say something really, really profound other than chatting with each other. Cecilia, hey. Good morning, all, and Happy New Year from Boca Chica, Panama. How are you? And Happy New Year to you, too. DS111 says Mitch is so musical. I try. Mama Bear's here. Hey, Mama Bear, Happy New Year. Welcome, Harry Dion. Did I say hi to you already? I think I may have. Happy first day of the year, hopefully. That as of January 20th, yes, my sentiments exactly. My sentiments exactly. And we're still looking for questions. Scott Elliott chimed in. Happy New Year from snowy Colorado. Happy New Year to you. Louis L. said the Facebook link that you shared yesterday didn't work for me. Well, that's the only link I got, and it should take you to Facebook and ask you to log into your Facebook account. I'll post it again right now. Try it again. If it doesn't work, let me know. I'll see if we can't get Lori to, is it Lori or Terry? Which one of you guys did the Facebook group? I'll have to go look. There are so many Loris, so many Terrys, so many Peters. Everybody just blends in. And I'm sure I would have remembered which one of you it was. But I haven't gone to it. I can't look at it. So it's something I'm just leaving up to you guys to deal with it. I'm just flattered by it. That's all. That's all. So, Louis, try that link I just posted, see what happens. And, you know, I mean, you guys do know, I keep posting this Buy Me a Coffee. You do know that in the description of every video and live stream is the link. You do know that on my website, you can just go to OldGuyCarnivore.com if you feel the burning need to exercise the privilege. There's on the home page, you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a big square graphic that says Buy Me a Coffee. I'm not shy about asking, so, but I know it's a lot more convenient. But the problem is half the people that watch this live stream are not in a position to chat. They're watching on Roku, they're watching on TV, some other device. They can't be, half of them can't even read the chat, let alone interact with it. But for those of you that are just listening and you want to participate in helping support me, go to my website sometime. Appreciate it. Look up the Amazon links too. I appreciate it. I keep saying I appreciate it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. We have somebody, Rich Hoff. How you doing, Rich? Good morning. Happy New Year to you. I don't see a lot of questions, which is probably okay. Probably okay. I don't want this to go 2 hours this morning. I'm going to try to get through it. I'm going to try to take most of the day off. It's late. I still have to finish editing that video I want to put out today and just relax. It has been a hectic couple of days for me. All YouTube stuff. So I'm going to run through this a little bit. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'll be here 8:30 in the morning. Tomorrow evening, we have the private community live stream, which I always look forward to. Hey, Gary, no slow. How you doing, my friend? Happy New Year to you. So I'm scrolling pretty fast here. Carnivore Stork is here. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Munching on bacon. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Gary Arzamendes here from California. Hi, friends. Hi, Gary. Great to meet you last night. Sybil V or 5. Still don't know which. She may have told me, but I didn't see it. Morning, everyone, she says. Good morning, Sybil. How are you? Terry Sue says, I have no confessions for this morning. Didn't drink alcohol and had my husband do the taste testing of the eggnog I cooked up. Congratulations. And Sherry Morgan is here from California. Hiya, Sherry. Happy New Year yet again. Sherry chimed in last night on the New Year's stream. It was great to see you wearing one of my old guy sweatshirts and doing it justice, I might add. Thanks, Terry. Sherry, Terry, Lori. Everybody's name ends with an I these days. Thanks, Sherry. I'm a little punchy this morning. I know it. Tammy Petarch. How you doing, Tammy? Good to see you. And Ellen, Happy New Year. Ellen is here. Good to see you. Survived. Chimed in at 10:37 a.m. and I am now only about 15 minutes or so behind, so I'm catching up. I almost want to say thank you for not asking me rabbit hole type questions. I love answering them, but sometimes it takes 5-10 minutes. So Ellen is here. Ellen is among the living this morning. Carla Sampson. Idiocracy we think about quite often too, Mitch. I don't remember that line. Oh, how can you not remember the line? Brondo, it's got electrolytes. I think they must say that at least 4 or 5 times in the movie. It's a good thing, even if you've seen the movie, everybody should watch that movie every year. It should be mandatory. We should actually have to take a pop test on it. We should actually have to know everything about that movie by heart, because it'll make us wary about what we're really doing to ourselves, or what they're doing to us, and what the inevitable future will be. We've been on a downhill in this world for quite a while now. We are past the age of enlightenment. We are now in the age of bullshit. Bullshit and propaganda. I think the golden time. I think my generation, people around my age, I'm sure of it. I think we were fortunate enough to live through the best times the human race has ever had on this planet, with the best life, best opportunity. And I think we're much better off in that world than the world we're leaving to our children and grandchildren. But it's not our fault anymore. We've not been controlling this for almost 2 generations now. My children were in charge for the last generation pretty much. My grandchildren are coming into being in charge now. Woke. Well, my granddaughter's so woke. It scares me to death. Scares me to death. Anyway, that's a great movie. Great movie. Sherry's saying hi to people. Sherry's saying hi to Ellen. Everybody, I'm sure, is going to be saying hi to Sherry. And let's keep rolling here. Let's keep rolling. Trina Mitchell. Trina Mitchell, I'm late and can't stay long probably, but good morning, Trina. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. And who else we got down here? Ellen is coming alive. Super. Chris Wayne from Australia, good morning. Chris, how are you? Lat, I think I may have said hi to you, but we'll do it again. And how am I doing? 10:43. I'm still a little behind. Holy cow, you guys chat faster than I can scroll here. Laura says, Happy New Year, community. Wishing you all abundant health and happiness. Let's make 2025 our healthiest yet. We intend to. We absolutely intend to. Peter Decimier, how you doing, Peter? I might even get to read those lengthy emails of yours today. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. I haven't forgotten you. Everybody's talking about what they're eating. Looking for new people. People are finally saying, well, it's a holiday. I need to get out of here. We're down to about 164, but we did make it over 180 people at one point today. Wow, wow, wow. Very gratifying. I am reading what you're saying. Kevin, it was great seeing you last night. It's quite a story you have, and it sounds like you're really on the road to recovery. It was great. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in, man. Enjoyed meeting you. We'll see more of you. Gary Arzamendi says, Mitch, what are your top 3 steak cuts? Ribeye, ribeye, and in third place, New York strip. That pretty much limits it to the steak cuts that I eat, other than chuck steak and other kinds of beef. When you say steak, I think you're talking about something that you sous vide and sear off, and a steak, not a roast, but a steak. Yeah, ribeye. Ribeye's my prime source, with an occasional. And the reason I buy the New York strips sometimes is when I find some good-looking ones marked down at Sam's, I have to buy them. But primarily ribeyes, and I try to get them somewhere on sale. Let's see who else we got here. Who else we got? Ellen and Bryce Hatch. Happy New Year, Mitch. From Arizona, hi, Bryce. Good morning to you, Erica. Erica Japs, Happy New Year from Kona, Hawaii. Eric, not Erica. Eric, yeah, sun in my eyes. Eric Japs from Kona, Hawaii. Aloha, my friend. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Ellen tells people put questions in. I'm kind of hoping there's no more questions this morning because it is 10 o'clock and I really want to end this thing a little earlier than 2 hours today. But I'm looking. Mac is here. Hi, Mac. How you doing? A lot of them I watch on Roku and just keep on the phone next to me. Yeah, you can do that. If you watch on TV and Roku, just take your cell phone, log in, mute it so you don't have to listen to the sound, and then just go along with the chat in the cell phone. That's what I do because I watch all my YouTube videos on Roku, but I use the cell phone as an adjunct if I want to participate or read the chat and see what's going on. Carlos Simpson has a question. Question. Do you know if there's cooking and air fryer equipment without nonstick coating? The only one I've ever found is the Cuisinart toaster oven air fryer, which I have, and I bought it years ago. It's expensive, and I stopped using it because it is impossible to keep clean. It's not worth it. I still have it sitting on the floor in a closet, unused. I cannot clean it. It is a nightmare to clean. I can't imagine. My son has one too, and he says he agrees with me. It's just a nightmare to clean. But that's the only one I know of that does not have nonstick. If you're that worried about nonstick, get yourself a stainless steel or cast iron or carbon steel pan and cook everything that way. I mean, I'm not concerned about the small amount. So many of these nonstick coatings today are what they call PFAS, forever chemical free. They're not going to hurt you. If you live to be 500, maybe it'll hurt you, but we're not going to live that long anyway. In an air fryer, so little of the food actually touches that nonstick surface. It's not like squishing down burger patties in a Teflon pan. Those days, it's different. The nonstick stuff that I use now is all stone ceramic, no chemicals, no nothing. If it kills me, it'll kill me. I'm not worried about it. Just like I'm not worried about a puff of cigar smoke. We are focusing on the wrong things. Period. Take a little caution about eating something out of a non-BPA or PFAS-free plastic bottle that you've left in your car at 150 degrees for 3 months. Don't drink the water. Just use common sense. You're all right. You can freeze things in plastic bags. They're frozen. You got to know this about me by now, that I am not an alarmist on any of this stuff. Most of it is just marketing propaganda. There is some science to it. Learn the basics. But you still got to eat and you still got to prepare your food. I mean, I can make a case for not sticking a branch into a piece of meat and holding it over an open fire. I can make a case for carcinogens there too, about overcooking it and burning it. No, it's crap. It's crap. Just eat the food. My opinion. There are a million people out there that will tell you that I'm an old fool. But the operative word is old, and the second operative word is healthy. So either I'm superhuman, not of this planet, or I'm like everybody else, and it's not really really that big of a problem. DS111 says, how much do you pay for bacon, for a pound of bacon? I buy the Sam's, the right bacon. Comes in a 4-pound package. It's also creeping up every time. It's up to about 21 bucks now, so that's a little over $5 a pound. Used to buy that for $13 for 4 pounds, not too long ago. That's a little more than 2.5% a year, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. But you pay it, you buy it. What it is if you want to eat it. Deborah Miller, I like this. I'm 69, bullshit proof. Good for you. Good for you. Let me see what's going on in the coffee department. Peter Desmere bought me a coffee, $5. Thank you so much, Peter. Enjoy this cup and keep up the supportive work. Appreciate your energy. BB1, Mac. I keep calling you BB1. I'm so used to this. B81. B81, Mac. Not BB1, B81. Those H's and B's look the same. B81, Mac, for all you do and your honesty. Cheers. Thank you, Mac. Thank you. You guys are great and great supporters. Great supporters. Thank you. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to you. Sherry Morgan's got a question. It's late. Of course it's late. I want to get out of here, and the questions start running in. Let's see. If you had started carnivore and never lost a pound, maybe gained 10 pounds, would you stick with it for the health benefits, even if you never lost weight? I think that is a rhetorical question that shouldn't happen unless you have a condition of some sort that keeps you from losing weight, a hormonal balance, a thyroid condition. You're broken in some way. But if you are a normal, healthy human being that has been living on sugar and not fat, and you do change your eating style, and you don't cheat, and you have 100 pounds to lose, I can't see a scenario where you would not lose that weight eventually. Your body might fight you like hell for it. God knows what you've done, and not you particularly, but I say you as most people, what you've done to your metabolism, how much you've destroyed it, and how hard it will be for it to regain its proper physiology again. But I cannot imagine anyone not eventually losing weight after the first 30 days, which, yes, they might gain a few pounds. Because they're eating like a horse, 6, 8, 10,000 calories a day just to try to cure the cravings. It's a great question. It's a great question. And when somebody says, I've been carnivore for 2 years and I'm 100 pounds overweight and I haven't lost weight, I will tell them to go try to find a carnivore-friendly endocrinologist. There's something wrong that will not be just fixed by proper nutrition. I'm not a doctor. That's my best guess at that. I think most people stand a great chance of losing weight, Sherry, and it's a great question because it does apply to some people. Thank you for that. Kevin says, question, Demolition Man was a great movie before Idiocracy. Well worth it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But Demolition Man was not a prophecy. It didn't talk about the whole world and society and the human race becoming more and more dumb. It just talked about corruption, greed, and power and control over humans, which wasn't the theme of Idiocracy. But Demolition Man was a great movie, very entertaining. Every couple of years I watch it again because it's just so cool. It's a great movie. Thanks. I appreciate that. Beth is here. Did I say hi to Beth? No, yeah, I think so. You're saying hi to... Where am I? 10:58. I am still more than 10 minutes behind. I need to run through the chat, and let's see if I have any more questions and we can bring this to an early close today. Here we go. Micah Lance, what cigar are you smoking? My first that's an easy one, thank you. My first cigar of the year, which is going to be many of these because it's one of my regulars, is a Perdomo Fresca. Churchill Maduro. Very inexpensive cigar, but burns good, very, very good. Although I never puff on it enough in these live streams to actually keep it going. I have to keep relighting it. And we're going. Feel like I'm in a horse race coming up neck and neck to the finish line. BMAT says, howdy. Howdy, BMAT. Short and sweet, and to the point. Everybody's still saying hi to everybody. Peter, Terry Sue, Sherry chatting. Tanya, I have done it, my friends. Terry Sue says, it's a cigar hat. Yes, somebody was probably asking, and I missed it, what my hat is. It is an Arturo Fuente cap. I really like this cap. It looks good. It fits good. I even maybe have a little obligatory cigar ash sitting on the brim. How about that? All goes with the thing. Anyway, I'm down to the bottom of the chat. Thank you, my friends. Let me take a quick look. 167 people, but I am going to get out of here early to make up for some of the 5 hours of live streaming I did yesterday. BMAT bought me 5 coffees and says, Happy New Year, Mitch. Thank you so much, Matt. Always generous of you. You guys are great, all of you. Thanks again. Thanks again to everybody that helps support this wild man and his little community of misfits and rebels. Appreciate it. And we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it, and we're going to continue to be here for each other. I want to call it today, even though I'm still 10 minutes over time. It seems like a short one for me, but it's late. I got some editing to do. I want to get that video out. So I'm going to go to work again, but I'm going to be done hopefully by 1 o'clock, and I will take the rest of the day off. So, my friends, I will start a little traveling music. No more questions, just take a couple minutes. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. Tell them all you'll see them tomorrow. God, I hate to shut down a stream with 171 people watching. But there's an old show business adage that says leave them wanting more, and that's the ultimate flattery for me. Believe me. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's from my heart. So you guys all say goodbye. I'll be right back to give you permission to take what is already the day off. And I still have coffee undrunk. Yes. Cool. It's coming. Here it comes, the big finish. And I see everybody saying goodbye in there. Rick and Ellen, Danny in Boston, Mark's channel, Peter, everybody. Super, super. And that's it. So, my friends, thanks for coming in today. It's going to be a gorgeous day here in Florida, but it's going to start getting colder day by day by day until around the middle of next week. We're going to have one of these polar vortex named things coming through here, and it's going to be in the upper 30s when I try to come out here in the morning. We may end up having to do one of these from inside the house, but we'll do that. But I think every day as the week progresses and into next week, you're going to see me looking more and more like an Eskimo out here. Doing this. But for today, it's gorgeous here in Florida. The sun's shining. It's in the 70s. And all of you, my friends, all of you, thanks again. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.